So in the most recent jailbreak update, the concept car here has been given a little bit of a buff. The top speed of the concept used to be 277 miles per hour, and now it has been buffed to 313 miles per hour, so it's a pretty big buff. I'm gonna be telling you guys if it is now worth the $2.5 million and if you guys should spend your money on it. So let's not waste any more time and let's get into this. So as I said already, the top speed has been buffed from 277 miles per hour all the way to 313 miles per hour, so it's a bit faster now. And honestly, with the speed buff, I do have to say this probably is really good if you're going for top speed, because before the update, the speed wasn't really good for $2.5 million. Like, it was reasonable, but like, it wasn't the best. But now the top speed is just like spot on. It's perfect for the price, and it's pretty much what I'd expect because it's almost at torpedo speed. Because the torpedo is capped out at 380 miles per hour and this is 313, so it's pretty close, but it's not there just yet. But also keep in mind, in season 1 when the torpedo was available, you also did have to work for the levels and spend money on those too if you wanted to. So the torpedo is probably worth a little bit more than the concept, but still it's pretty good for $2.5 million. I mean, 313 miles per hour. You don't see many other vehicles with a top speed that is that high. So top speed is pretty good, but it also isn't there at the torpedo yet. So if you want the concept to be torpedo level, it isn't there just yet, but it is still pretty good. So if you're going for top speed, I definitely recommend getting the concept. The acceleration here on the concept is also very good for $2.5 million, and it's definitely what I'd expect. Just look at this here. It reaches 100 miles per hour extremely quickly, and it reaches 250 miles per hour extremely quickly as well. I mean, just look at this. It hits 200 miles per hour and then it just speeds up to 250 miles per hour. It's just absolutely insane, and it's really good. It takes a while to hit 300 miles per hour, but honestly, you probably will never hit 300 miles per hour on this when you're just playing Jailbreak normally, because there are just so many roads in Jailbreak that are all turny and like this, and you're just hitting everything, and yeah, you'll probably never get to 300 miles per hour unless you're like really trying to get there. But other than that, the acceleration is also definitely worth the $2.5 million. Now, looks. So the looks on the concept car here is just absolutely 10 out of 10. It's just amazing for $2.5 million, and it just looks great. Even the effects when you're going at a high speed just look amazing, and honestly, it's just a very good looking car. So far, the top speed is amazing, the acceleration is pretty good, and the looks are just amazing, honestly. Now the off-roading. So the off-roading on the concept is also very good. Like, it's not there just yet, because obviously this thing isn't like the monster truck. It's not going to be able to climb mountains like a madman. But it still can climb mountains with a pretty good ease here, and you could get over them quite quickly. So the off-roading is pretty good. It's not like a monster truck, as I said already, because obviously it isn't meant to be a monster truck, but it still is pretty good. Yeah, it definitely has some good off-roading, but yeah. So now handling. So the handling on this thing is also amazing. It handles like a beast, and honestly, it's very good. It's what you'd expect for $2.5 million. The reverse speed is also very good, and the braking speed is also pretty good. So yeah, the stats on the concept car here are all very good, and honestly, they're pretty good if they're what you're looking for. Like, if you're looking for the top speed, amazing. If you're looking for the handling and the braking and all of that stuff, amazing. And yeah, it's just a great car. So now the big question, is it worth the $2.5 million? Well, if I'm gonna be honest, it pretty much depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for top speed, it's pretty much worth it, and I definitely recommend this. But if you're looking for stuff like off-roading, I definitely don't recommend getting this, and I definitely recommend getting the monster truck instead. So if you're thinking about buying the concept, I definitely recommend thinking about it using the stats that I talked about earlier in the video, because that's pretty much all you need to determine if you want to buy this or not. Because yeah, if you're looking for a specific thing, I definitely recommend using the stats that I gave you earlier on. But if you're just looking for good stats in general, I definitely recommend getting the concept, because pretty much everything about this is very good, and honestly, it's definitely worth the $2.5 million. This car is just very good for trading as well. It's very good for paying people easily. Like, you don't have to put in $2 million vehicles and then the Chiron or something. You could just put in one concept car and then you've pretty much paid them that price. Because this right here is just a big fat $2.5 million, and it's pretty good. And I'm not even gonna hide it anymore. I've kind of lost all of my money to trading because of the concept car and all of that stuff. So definitely be careful with the concept because it'll definitely drain your money. But yeah, overall this is a very good vehicle and I definitely recommend getting it. And if you're looking for a specific stat, I definitely recommend going earlier on in the video and checking those other stats out and then determine if you should buy this using those. One last thing before the end of the video here, I want to tell you guys why the snake vehicle isn't tradable yet, because so far I've seen a lot of people wondering why the snake isn't tradable. The reason the snake isn't tradable yet is because if it were tradable, it would be able to be duped. How would that be possible? Well, actually, it's quite simple. You could just get your alt account up and you could constantly buy the snake and then trade it over to your alt account, buy the snake again, then trade it over to your alt account, buy the snake again, trade it over to your alt account, and keep on going until you have like millions of snakes. And if that happened, that would probably completely ruin the rarity of the snake. Like, just imagine millions of snakes floating around in the community. That would take forever to clean up, and the rarity would probably be ruined forever, and it would probably best just to keep this as a non-limited vehicle at that point. And that's probably why all future limited vehicles will not be tradable until they are actually off sale, just to prevent duping them. Yeah, that's why the snake is not tradable yet. It'll be tradable once it is off sale. And I think this thing will be going off sale maybe tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, because I think it's pretty much been a week since this thing came out. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Hopefully you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.